Bless up, bless down on Mastermind statements. Sometimes your prayers and how they manifest, they come in such a disastrous way. Something that you weren't expecting at all. But guess what? Those are what they call blessings in disguise. I know from firsthand experience. I experienced it when I was 9 years old for the very first time. But that's a different and type of unique story, but I'm gonna still talk about that. Make sure you like and subscribe and drop a comment below if you've experienced a blessing that came sideways, looked like it was sideways, but it ended up being great for you. Let's go. Yeah, so check this out. So when I was 9 years old, this is just a little odd story. I'm gonna still talk about it though. I was 9 years old. I remember being in the third grade and I wanted a cast on my foot because I seen other kids have a cast. Everybody was signing the cast, leaving their signatures on it. It was all colorful and it looked like it was cool. But I didn't know what it took to get that cast. I just thought it was just something that was gonna be a painless type of situation. And I wanted the cast so bad that I ended up manifesting breaking my foot. I was at the neighborhood center riding one of those exercise bikes that had back in the day, had one of those big wheels that were like real thick and heavy, almost like a Olympic weight. That's what it felt like. It was like solid. I'm riding it at the neighborhood center. My cousin, he's back there having piano lessons. And the teacher, she's like, stop riding that bike. It's noisy. You messed up the whole entire lesson that we got going on. So I was like, you know what? Let me stop this bike. But I didn't use common sense, nor did I know that there was a way to stop that bike with the handlebars and the brakes and all that stuff right there. So I stuck my foot right there where I don't even know what you call it, but it's like an arm that comes right here and it's where it connects right to the center of that wheel. Broke my toes. The most painful feeling that I ever felt at that point in my life was breaking my foot right there. But guess what? I manifested, without even knowing, breaking my foot. You know why? And know how? Because I visualized myself wearing a cast. I seen myself in the cast. I seen everybody signing my cast. I was able to manifest breaking my foot. And guess what? Everybody is manifesting at all times, whether they know it or not. People think that manifesting is just manifesting something that's good. You are manifesting your thoughts, what you write down, what you think, what you visualize. Right now to date, where you are, where you live at, where you work at, the business that you have, the people that you're around, you've manifested all of that. There's no way to get around that. You've manifested that. You've manifested that. There's no way to get around that. Literally manifested where you're at. So when people say, I don't know how to manifest, you might be right. You might not be aware of what you did to get to where you are, but it comes from a single thought and visualizing it so much with a burning desire that you actually have it happen. So the outcome of that was that there's a school play. And I got chosen for that school play to be a turtle. I think it might have been like a Cinderella play or something. And so I think I was like a turtle or something. But there's like, oh, that guy right here with that kid with the broken foot, he'd be a good turtle. So I wanted to be in the play. I manifested that. But, I had to break my foot to get that part, I'm assuming. Interesting story. You've got to understand that blessings come in disastrous ways sometimes. I know that when I must have been about 17, I was working at a car wash. And at the car wash, that Mercedes came through. And I fell in love with that Mercedes. I was like, man, I want to get a Mercedes. First time seeing the wood grain and all that stuff on the inside, seeing the leather. Looks so nice, real so smooth. I loved it. I love Mercedes to this day. And at the time I was driving, a regular Mazda. I was driving that regular Mazda car, right? So I went to JCPenney and I was fortunate enough to buy and see a Mercedes pennant, gold, real gold. Because at JCPenney, I don't know why they had it was like a custom piece that they just got in or somebody, I don't know if somebody traded it in, but it was like legit. I bought it. And so I always had that around my neck. I had a gold rope necklace on with that Mercedes pennant, driving the Mazda. Everybody was like, man, what are you doing with that? I'm gonna get a Mercedes one day. They said, no, you're not. They started laughing and whatnot. How you gonna get a Mercedes? You driving a Mazda. you know? And so it took some time, but what ended up happening was one morning I was at a traffic light, stopped at a red light. And as the light turned green, of course, I proceeded to go through the intersection. Next thing you know, I'm driving, boom, got T-boned by a taxi. T-boned by the taxi. I had just got my car painted, fresh paint, trying to take care of it. The paint was coming off, but I took care of that car. But my car just got hit. I mean, that's crazy to just paint your car, invest that money, and then your car get hit. That's exactly what happened. So in the natural world, I'm like, man, my car looks like it's gonna be out of commission for like a while. It gets towed to the junkyard or wherever the place was at, and insurance gets in contact with me, and they're like, yeah, we gotta total this car. I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, yeah, your car is no good. We can't repair it. The damages exceed, what we want to pay to get it fixed, so on and so forth. And like, you might as well just get another car. What I didn't realize until after I took some thought, that check that I was about to be written to me, the check was about to be written to me, was the same check that I was going to use to go and buy my first Mercedes. That check that I got was exactly what I needed. And so I took that check, I started searching all over my city, and I ended up getting the Mercedes that I wanted. That disaster situation was a blessing in disguise. I lost my car, which I thought was my favorite car. Matter of fact, I put some new rims on it too. I forgot about that. I put some new rims on it, got the car painted. But I lost that car, but I got the ultimate car that I really wanted. That's the good part. The blessings and sometimes what you're praying for is gonna come in an odd, sideways way that you're not expecting. But if you go back and observe and study the ancient texts, there's a lot of accounts and historical accounts where something disastrous happened in somebody's life for them to get that ultimate blessing that they were desiring. So here in the earthly realm, we're always thinking that things are just going to come a smooth way. And we also think that when things that are bad are happening to us, that we did something wrong. That's not necessarily the case in all cases. Me losing my car was a blessing to get to what I need to get to. There's another story I got. I've been working in a career field for a while. I knew it was time for a change. So I wrote down in a notebook, an affirmation style, I will leave in a December. In a month of December. So I did that 2 years before I actually took the step to what I had to do. So December rolled around and I always had superb, excellent evaluations all the time. A new set of people came in and they evaluated me like I was like a beginner, like I didn't know what I was doing. Like I had no clue what I was doing. Again, this is December. I had to start getting into my deepest spiritual alignment, because in the natural world, I'm like, wait a minute. These guys are coming in and giving me an evaluation that doesn't reflect any of my past work, nor what I'm doing right now. That's the key, what I'm doing right now, nor what I'm doing right now. They put me at the bottom. They put me at the bottom on the evaluation, the lowest you can go. But guess what? What I started to realize is that this was my opportunity. This was the sign that I needed, because I'm an evidence-based person. I need to see a sign, something that would really push me. It really took all I had within me, physically and spiritually, to rise up and understand that this may be the sign that it's time for me to go, because I'm not a quitter. So I wasn't just gonna quit. Nah, it would have to be some type of outside force for me to even attempt to resign, because I'm strong. There was no just sitting there and saying, okay, well, they're doing this, and so let me just give up and just quit. Nah. I need to see some more evidence. And so I said, you know what? let me tap in with the union. I tapped in with the union. I told them everything was going on, laid everything out. And so I was like, God, if I'm supposed to be leaving this career field, I need my evaluations restored back. And so, of course, I hooked up the union. We had a meeting with the superiors. And they made a mistake on something. And so they had to go and erase and throw out those evaluations and start back at zero and restore my evaluation back to where it was. Now, it's so interesting because when that happened, I had enough evidence in my mind that this was the December for me to keep it moving, because I had so much money saved up that the highway was open. I was good to go. I had money saved up so I can duck out and keep it moving. But this is what I asked for. I asked to leave in a December. That prayer was heard and it was manifested. And so I put in my 2 weeks notice and I resigned and haven't looked back since, and have been blessed and have been good ever since. That's the thing. Sometimes those blessings come in a way that we're not expecting. I know what I'm talking about. I've experienced it. Let me tell you something. Don't give up when you see something bad that you ask for that looks crazy. Tap into your highest spiritual frequency and alignment with God, and I can guarantee you, and it's tough sometimes, but do it. You find out this is the blessing that you've been needing. Sometimes some of you people getting fired from jobs, that's a blessing sometimes. Look, I want y'all to go down there, down below. Look for that link. Download this for free. The 7-step manifestation blueprint. Download this for free. I got this for you guys. This is free. Many pages. In the back, you got some things you can fill. I got about 7 case studies in here too. I think about 5 or 7 case studies. I got a case study of a person. Let's see here. It says Lisa desires to have peace in her mind. But you got to use that 7-step blueprint that I use to manifest as well. Let me tell you what it is right quickly. Let me tell you here. I got case studies in here. Case studies are broken down so you can see whatever situation that they had, this is how they got through it with my 7-step. So again, you got to be thankful for whatever you desire. You got to be thankful as if it's already done. Number 2, with the feeling of gladness. Number 3, activate your 5 senses through visualization. Got to visualize it. Never judge the circumstances. That's what I was talking about in this entire video. Never beg, say do it now, and then get to work. Sometimes, like it says, the ancient text says, faith without works is dead. Y'all need to get down there ASAP. This is free. I could charge for this. I could charge a whole lot of money for this right now. I've been on ABC News Live. I've been on Kelly Clarkson Show, some local stations here in my city. I could charge for this right now, but I'm giving it to you for free. Get that link down below, click on it, and download it. Print it out. But leave some comments down below too. So let's, hopefully this algorithm gets out there. But leave some comments down to where you thought that something crazy was about to happen, but that blessing was right there for you.